Welcome, lads and ladies, to the... Oh, get out of the way. Welcome, lads and ladies, to the 2021 bank video. It is your boy, Tasty OSRS, and today I'm going to be showing you my maxed main bank video. So I'm actually really excited for this. I love bank videos, and I just went through a huge overhaul of all of my organizations, so you guys are going to see what I've done here. And I'll kind of walk you through step by step why I have things, in the order I have them, but I'm going to try my very best not to ramble too much. So with all that being said, let's just jump right into it. Bam! Sorry, I kind of spoiled the second tab here, but I'm not ruining too much. It's not that cool. So we'll talk through it here just tab by tab. First tab is, of course, let's get our cape in there, all of our pets. And this is the exact order that I got them in. So just kind of for, I guess, record keeping purposes. I don't know. Got the max cape, got the collection log, got the cash stack. Don't have too much cash right now, but that's not a huge deal. It's almost all invested in gear, which is exactly where I want it. So yeah, a quick side note, my account is about 2.5 years old, and I maxed in March of this year, so about 9 months ago. And everything you've seen here, everything I'm going to show you is all from scratch in the last 2.5 years. That's when I started playing. Didn't have any help or any alts or anything like that. I have played almost entirely solo. So yeah, just keep that in mind. And with that said, let's just get into the second tab here. This is runes and teleports, and this is one of the tabs that has been through a good amount of revisions in the past. I've had my runes in my consumables tab, which is like all my potions and food and stuff, but I don't know, it just kind of, it felt weird to have that there, and I just wanted my tab to contain all my runes and teleports. Just feels right to have them together. So if you'll notice, I also don't have any jewelry that's in my POH, besides the imbued ring of wealth, but that's for wieldy stuff. I try to keep the bank as minimal as possible. Every single item you see in here does actually have a use. It's something I, frequently use if it's for clues or combat or anything like that. So yeah, nothing much to say about this tab. It's pretty basic. I think most people have most of these items in their bank. Next tab is another tab that's been through quite a few revisions in the past, and that is my consumables tab. So I used to have all my 4-dose potions together in one area because I never really used 3, 2, or 1-dose potions. I guess for like pre-potting and stuff like that, but honestly, it makes more sense to have them like this. It's just cleaner, and the organization, it's more intuitive. It makes a little bit more sense for me. And top 2 rows, of course, are all food and consumables like Zora scales. These are things that I use frequently, besides the Guthix rests, I guess, but maybe one day I'll solo top and bring those in there. However, everything else I do actually use, pretty frequently. So once again, not a lot to say about this tab, pretty self-explanatory, and I want to hop into our very important tab, which is our gear tab. All right, and I spent a long time organizing this the past couple days, so I'm actually really happy with how it's turned out so far. It's not completely final. I still have a few items left to get, but of course we will cross that bridge when we get to it. So we obviously have all of our gear sets on the top row here. We are unfortunately missing the ancestral hat twisted kit, but that's one of the things we're hunting. We've been extremely spooned at Cox for everything else, so maybe I deserve to go a little bit dry there. Have our Tanzanite mutagem. I will, of course, go for the magma whenever I probably get the harm orb. I think that's probably a good goal for that. Have Justiciar, got our void. Everyone's got to have your void. All 3 spirit shields, which I actually do use all 3 of these. I use this for DKs, use this for CMs and Inferno, and then use this for any other general maging. And I do have all of my combat max capes. Most of these are fashion. I don't really ever use the Arty cape. And the 2 mage capes I just like to have extra in case I want to switch for fashion's sake. Do have the Radius Blessing 4, and then below that we have all of our rings. And if you guys can keep a secret, I don't have the Tyrannical or Treasonous ring imbued, but I don't really use them that much, so if I ever farm Corp or something, I might actually imbue this. But for now, all of my imbued rings are here, because these are the ones that I actually use. Below that, we have all of our necklaces, all of our hand slot items, and this is the pride and joy of my collection. I have all 8 Slayer helms. And if you guys can still keep keeping that secret, this one's not imbued yet, and neither is this one, but I'm working on imbuing both of these. I figured, you might as well if you're gonna have all 8 Slayer helms, and I really like the twisted the Twisted Helm with the Twisted Ancestral. Obviously, it goes very well together, so gonna need to imbue that sooner or later. Below that, all of our weapons. I try to keep range, melee, mage, and spec weapons all in a line just so it looks clean. I do have 3 God Swords, no AGS because I'll never use it, and I try to keep only things that I'll use in here. And then in the bottom left corner, I just have some random consumables that I use occasionally. Slayer things, I got the salves for Tob, ammo, wieldy weapons for wieldy bosses. And yeah, I think this tab is looking pretty good. Of course, this is the bulk of our bank value here, so I'll turn on the bank plugin so you guys can see how much it's worth after the rest of this video. Now, next tab. The remaining tabs honestly aren't really that special besides the collections tab, but get into that one. This is my skilling tab. I have all of my dragon tools, all the infernal variants, just random farming stuff, things. I have other things, more things, just a bunch of things in here that I use occasionally, but you know, not a huge amount. Yeah, I don't want to dally too much on this tab because really not that important. So next tab is our Slayer tab slash miscellaneous gear, I guess you could say. Just have cannon in here. For some reason that might toggle, I don't know why. Spare weapons, spare backslot items, Darox for Nightmare Zone, Bandos God Dehide or whatever this is called for wilderness stuff, and spare monster heads. That's enough of that. Next tab is actually one of my most used tabs. It's my clue tab, which I have all of the fallow items in here, all of the items that are used for like various master clue steps, and then all of my implings that I use for clues. Whenever I get an elite and I want to turn it in, I'll just use these to make it easier on myself. So I actually really like this tab. It's one that I use very, very frequently, to be honest, pretty much every day. So yeah, this is one that I try to keep as clean as possible. And the next tab over, like I was saying, is my collections tab. Now, obviously, I am a pet hunter first and foremost, so that's what my main focus is on, but I also do enjoy completionist content, and I have a lot of goals that I'll probably outline at the end of the bank video here for you guys to kind of just see where I'm going in 2021 and what I am gonna, I guess, try to do or plan on doing. So all of our graceful sets, please don't look at this cape, I'll fix that soon, just do all of my achievement capes, combat achievement capes, clue stuff, random kind of collectibles. I have all of these skilling outfits. I don't have the farming outfit or the construction outfit, but those are once again on the list. I'll get those eventually. I have all of the random event outfits besides the beekeeper one, which was just added, so hoping I'm going to get a few of those pretty soon. Beyond that, I have monster heads. I've got all the big fish. I'm missing a dark claw from Skitizo and a Kurask head? Yeah, Kurask head. Don't get a lot of those tasks, so I don't really plan on getting that soon, but it's one of those things that'll just happen eventually. There are a lot of mini game outfits I want to get for this tab, but like I said, since pet hunting is kind of my main goal here, it's, you know, something that I'll focus on doing later. And our final tab here is just a loot tab. Every time I come back from a trip anywhere, I just dump everything in here. So I organized it like a tiny bit so it wouldn't look like complete garbage, but yeah, usually I sell this off every week or so just to see what I've gotten. And if you look at the top here, I have 2 bludgeon pieces. I don't ever plan on going back to Sire, but I'm going to keep him for now just in case I need him for like the PVM diaries or something. I don't know if there's a task there. Whatever, that's something that I'm going to want to keep for now. But other than that, I don't really need money, so like I'm not going to go back to Sire. I have Abbey Demons blocked, so they're just taking up bank space for now. And yeah, that's really the majority of my bank here. I'll flick through all the tabs so you guys can just get one more glance through my organization. I'll take a screenshot of it and probably upload it to like r/bank tabs or something. I'm big in bank organization, so I highly recommend checking that subreddit out if you guys want some inspiration or anything like that to kind of help you, organize your bank. Alright, so I just turned on the bank plugin for our ring light here so we can finally see the total value of my current bank. Boom, 5.36 bill. Pretty good. It was actually 5.38 this morning. I don't know what happened. I don't know where 20 mil went, but I don't particularly care. That is a pretty good value considering when I maxed my account, I was at just over 1 bill. So made a little bit over 4 bill this year. I cannot complain about that. It's been quite a good year. So yeah, there we go. 5.36 bill. To send off here, I just wanted to give a quick roadmap of 2021. So ultimately, my main goal is 30 pets. by the end of the year. And my goal for this year is actually 20, but we did fall a bit short since I put a lot of my focus on some other completionist things like the Champion's Cape that they did take a good few hours. However, I am very happy with 17 being our ending number, and I honestly think that 30 by 2022 is very much achievable. So first and foremost, my current immediate goal is my final Slayer pet, which of course is the Gargoyles pet. And after that, I am going to continue doing Slayer to get the last few pets that I can get on task, which are namely the DKs and Zuck. Although KBD is a possibility, and I could throw in Arma and Zami if I feel like it, but not too sure on that yet. I also like having a solo boss that's not Slayer that I can grind, and for that, I'm definitely going to start doing Arachnis because it's really good for clues, which are obviously very good for the Bloodhound hunt, and it's a pretty fast boss. And also, I'm going to do Vedion because I love that pet. So those are kind of my two off-task pets. But alongside the solo bosses, I am also going to go for the Theater of Blood pet, which I'm currently doing, obviously. And once I get that, I'm going to start doing some Nightmare as my next group boss, which hopefully will make me a lot of money. I'm not a huge fan of the boss, but I'm hoping I can learn to love it. Anyway, past that, I really have no plans for what I want to do on my account. However, I'm considering starting to make some guides for bosses or other content that, you know, I really enjoy. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. Just drop a comment and tell me that. But yeah, I'm just going to see where this new year takes us. Hopefully we get some pretty awesome new content. I am signing off here, so if this video gets 6 million likes, I will give away my entire bank. So do your part and like the video. And if we don't hit that, I am, of course, still giving away 100 mil when I hit 100 subs. So also hit that sub button and help us get there. Thank you, guys. I will see you next week.